All right, this is an enormous red oak tree, and I'm hoping to send it down right there. I don't want to hurt these two little trees to the left, and I'm afraid this one right here is a goner, so I'll probably take down those and then try to lay that right in there. But this one here is probably gonna be too big for the mill, but I don't know. I'll put the saw next to it, but it's probably 3 foot across, and I may have to drag it up in 2 pieces because it's a pretty dense log. Now this one here, because it's got such a favorable lean and I've got a root flare, probably not going to make a very open hinge on this one, but I'm going to do an awful lot of bore cutting because I want to get as much of that as I can. I'm hoping this big old thing, a little nervous about that, but I'm hoping there's veneer in here. And I've got a bunch like this. I've been letting them go, and you know, there's a couple, there's probably 15, 20 like that in here. And but this one here is got so much canopy it shades all these, so I want to give these other trees a chance. But it's a enormous tree. It's got some dead branches, so I'm not sure I'm going to get what I want. Either way, it's got to come down, so today is the day. I don't have my tripod. I lost it. But yet again, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to focus on the hinge. And like I said with these, I don't need as open a face on these as I do on the maples. A lot of dead up there. I'm going to have to exit that way. Get the heck out. This one could be... I'm on a hillside too, so I've got to be careful. So I'm going to start out by making a little bit of room for it. And I'm going to have to pull it from its small end, not the big end. That's going to create its own set of hassles too. And probably damage that tree as it gets pulled around. And fortunately for me, these trees here, while they're big, and they are heavy, don't get me wrong, but they're not as dense as the hard maple I've been pulling, so they won't be quite as much. I got the kick out of some guys, oh, I could have pulled a bigger tree than that with my smaller tractor. Got to remember, I had my 2750 for a while doing this work, and it just simply didn't have enough power and weight to pull the dense logs. And that's another thing I don't think people understand who work from the other side of the country, you know, typically with the desert and in you know, the Pacific Northwest, where you have a lot of big giant trees, but the density is not there. I'm sure there are some. I'm sure some of the evergreen style trees have got some denser versions of themselves. But hard frozen maple and the big beech, stuff like that, they are so dense, they are so heavy that even a smaller tree pulls harder than some of the bigger trees of the different species. All trees are not created equal, and that's part of what this is about. So what I'm going to do on this one is, because it does have a favorable lean, I really don't care if the hinge breaks. I don't think it's going to pull because of the species of the tree. It's not really that stringy of species. So I don't have to have a huge face cut. If I can manage it, I may just do a bird mouth or a Humboldt on this one. And then do a lot of bore cut, because even though it's a 28-inch bar, I'm going to have to do small bar tactics to get this tree on the ground. All right, so let me set the camera right here. That's a nice clean butt. I'm gonna break it right down there, see if I can't get this tree up the hill, and work to do. The tree. And I think the other point I was trying to make in the video is now my work begins. Notice I was able to save both those little trees. I'm pretty proud of myself. That's awesome. Put it right down between them. Not exactly sure how it got there, but boy, talk about threading the needle. Well, I missed this one. It's a tap tree, and what I did here was a fairly shallow face cut and a little bit of a bird mouth, but then what I did is I bore cut it from the back, so I didn't know where it was going to go. And notice with a little high wood on this one, it broke down pretty much what they do. Boy, I wish I had this one on video. This was perfect to show that. I think he said he was I-157.